That's my room.
Yeah.
This is my office.
Hello.
And our studio.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you? I'm just taking a tour.
Nice. I'm just putting some duct tape away.
Yeah, don't have it out. That's bad form. Cool. Thank
We're
you.
gonna sandwich it, so.
How are you?
I am good.
So I know you said get drinks that I think you would want.
Oh, okay.
And so
I forgot about
I know
this.
you do comedy and burlesque, and I don't know which. At first it was like I need to get a drink for a comedian who does burlesque, but I don't know if you do burlesque and do comedy.
I
It's like a
don't
mix
do
of
it
both.
at once. Oh, that's
And
exactly, yeah.
this seems like a
I
good-
told you. Yeah.
Like canned cocktails.
100%.
Yeah,
I'm
that
the
seems fair.
canned cocktail of individuals.
Canned
Thank you
cocktail
so
queen
much.
over here, if you would say.
Oh, I'm familiar. And then
Okay.
there's the spicy, and then there's the prickly pear, and it's great.
I've never had these. Samson, what would you like?
The ranch waters? I've not had them either, actually. I'll take. What is that?
Grapefruit.
Yeah, I'll do grapefruit.
I'm sorry, gentlemen, to make you be drinking these things. This is way outside of your purview.
It's okay. I was doing some Instagram promo like videos earlier for this block party with Mother Earth Brewing,
Oh, fun.
and it's at the end of the month. But no,
It sounds like a
it's
kombucha
beer.
brand.
It's beer. It does
Okay.
sound like kombucha, but it's beer. And the girl, it's like a Blocktoberfest, so it's like kind of Oktoberfest type theme.
Yeah.
So she just, for every beginning of the shot, she'd like fill up my huge stein with beer, and I'm like, I have to drive home.
Right.
Like I can't have like 7 of these.
Continually, damn it.
Exactly.
Cool. Marina Wool.
Hi, are we going? Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't even realize.
Yeah, we're going. We're always.
We're live.
Look at me.
You can go cans. You can go no cans. Do the can.
I don't know. No, no cans. That does nothing for me. I don't know what I'm supposed to be listening to.
I'll like have them on for half the episode, and then I'll be like, and I'll take them off.
This is not how the world sounds.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Oh, and I'm
Do you need
supposed to
that,
talk
though?
into this.
Yeah,
This is
yeah, you
this is
need
a
that. I'm the
necessary
only one
thing.
with the stand because
Okay.
I'm special.
Thank you. You're doing such a good job at onboarding me to this whole process.
Please fasten your seatbelts and stow everything in the upper head compartment. And how are you? What's up? What do you do?
What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on?
I was thinking of like topical things that was happening, and actually my roommate got back from Burning Man yesterday.
Oh,
They got out.
Which is like
They got out.
they got out. They got out, and
sick.
it was. She does this. She's like a temporary
Is she a
cult.
burner?
No, she's like a temporary cult voyeur is what she does. Is she goes and like joins cults for like a second and gets totally into it. And this was
Does she like write about it or
Is it like a
no,
free trial
this is
thing?
this is like purely for her and her own enjoyment. She's doing this for zero.
Is that like when you
she's
sign up
doing
for
this for
Netflix?
zero clout.
she's just like, I just want to experience all the cults and like what
I
they're
know
all
how
about.
new what a different experience.
Well,
than
like a
what
lot
you're
of things
doing.
have perks when you sign up. Maybe she just gets, like the free T-shirt and dips.
Right, like 75,000 free miles.
I get it.
No, that's why my dad's like a huge burner. Like he went,
Really?
yeah, he went like 10, 12 years in a row when I was a kid and stuff. Like, and, like, when
Wow.
I was growing up, he was always like, as soon as you turn 16, I'm taking you to Burning Man.
Yeah, he did.
And he never fucking did because
Why?
he's not a man of his word.
Oh, damn.
He's untrustworthy.
Who are you going to see in like 2 days?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm flying out there to see him. Meet Papa.
Oh, he's not here. Where's he?
He lives in Washington, in Carson, Washington, which is in the Columbia River Gorge. It's kind of like about 45 an hour north.
I'm already regretting this
I don't buy
question.
it.
Like Vancouver.
I don't
You know where
believe you.
Vancouver, Washington, and Portland
Yeah,
are?
yeah.
So it's like just east of there in the gorge, kind of like in between there and Hood River.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. There's a hotel and a
Same.
zip line. Come check
You
it
just
out.
gotta let him get to the end. Burlesque or comedy? Which started first?
Burlesque started first.
Okay. What's the history? I dig it. I've been to a lot of burlesque shows, and it's rad.
Everybody loves tits and ass. It is famously a very popular category of things.
Sure. True. Absolutely.
True.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was never a big performer. I didn't step on a stage until after I was 30. And I don't know. I was like, I'd like just hit coming up on 30 and like I was feeling myself and I was like, I don't know, this seems like a good place to put it. So, but honestly at this point, I do burlesque like maybe once a quarter. I really, really like the community. It has a great just sort of like vibe around it. And it's like for like a cynical bitch such as myself, it's very affirming. It's probably one of the more wholesome places that I can put myself. But that's where it started, and I started doing that when I was in Seattle.
What turned you onto it?
I took a class because I need to take a class before I start anything. I don't know why. I just need someone to give me permission. It is like a weird wiring in my brain.
That was the only dance experience you had though, is just starting out with that?
No, I took I took ballet as like a child. And then I don't know. I was always I was too tall for it. I don't know. I played tennis and I edited the yearbook is what I did.
Also edited the yearbook.
Yes, you did.
Let's go.
Yes, you did. That's a weird skill that is never gone away. You edit one yearbook, you edit life's
I have
yearbooks.
InDesign forever.
Yeah. It other skills will forever be layout.
God.
It's never coming
I
off.
love it. I did a yearbook and the newspaper. And so I did a lot of the computer classes.
Yeah, talking about vibes, newspaper was never really it for me. They were just too high strung. There was too much Adderall going around that newsroom.
I never
Being
I was very.
I was thinking just reading it.
Yeah.
So long.
I never did Adderall until college, and so.
Yeah,
But
that is usually when.
a lot of it.
That's true. That's how I decided I don't like stimulants. Is give me a dissociative any day of the week. But stimulants, I'm perfectly capable of grinding my teeth by myself. This is not, I don't need something else. Oh, I can be more worried? Cool.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Sick.
Let's do a rail.
I get that. I also
So
need some stimmies.
None of that. But you're also are you? No, you're an adrenaline junkie.
Yeah.
Are you both adrenaline junkies?
I'm not gonna answer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But,
I feel that is very much stimulant folks that enjoy that. I'm not. I'm super risk averse.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you. I'm good.
are you gonna do a backflip? We usually end these with
Yeah,
tumble
we all
do.
routine.
With
Yeah.
a group.
Yeah, the old dancing backflip.
2, 4, 6,
Which
8.
comedians have you had on this show capable
We had
of
LJ.
doing? Oh yeah. Do you know what LJ does a lot
And
of
Nate Ford.
karate? Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, Nate Ford.
It
All
was
day
actually
long
his
typing.
idea, and it's stuck
Nate
ever
Ford was
since.
you know what? I've been working on this
Yeah,
one.
right. I have this thing I've been hiding from all of you.
Have you seen those YouTube videos of a big man doing some crazy flips and shit? It's
Really?
very
No,
impressive. Oh,
I
man,
believe
it's-
that. There's
It's
some.
cool.
Some muscle.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Lizzo isn't the most socially acceptable individual in all of the universe at this point, but her dancers and I saw her in concert and all of her dancers, big guys and big girls too, and they move.
Yeah,
I
she
wish
whips
I
them
could
into
move my-
shape.
Yeah, right. Oh,
No, I love Lizzo, and I'll never not love Lizzo just because of the when she did the green suit with the flute on. Eric Andre's show.
Oh,
It
I didn't
was-
see that one. I just remember her having the historical artifact flute. The crystal one that belonged to James Madison. I might be pulling that out of my ass,
I have
but
no
that
idea.
sounds very legitimate.
really cool.
Please,
We don't have a
me.
fact check
word.
person.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you.
I could Google it later and put like wrong or right here if that's really true. But we don't have a fact check person. And it's more fun that way.
You run really deep, I can tell. This is a big crew.
6 feet deep.
There's a lot of people back here running the operation.
We'll post some BTS, don't worry.
So is this as much of a dungeon as you thought it would be?
Do you know what? It is surprising how much brighter the downstairs is than the upstairs. That the upstairs or in the kitchen, I believe, is where you're like, yeah, I've pledged a frat in college. And I was like, redundant information. But
Some things don't need to be said.
but no, like this carpet is like new and your walls are actually like white. I feel was the basement done more recently than upstairs?
I think the whole place is like fairly new, like 80s built. But
Yeah.
like, I think it all got redone before we moved in, or like the people before us maybe.
Probably did carpets and like
Yeah,
a paint job.
I might have, like-
because all the sockets were painted over when we moved in.
That's the sign of quality. No, maybe I was alive when this place was built, but you guys definitely were not.
Oh,
No.
I mean, depends on what alive is.
No, it doesn't.
Like
I
a
think
previous incarnation. Where are you headed
Yeah,
with
yeah,
this?
maybe
Like-
that. Wherever you want to go with it, it's fine. No,
your problem now.
No, but I have told literally everyone I know that I am going to a basement, and I have various location trackers on.
fair.
So do I, bitch.
Fair. We've barely met. This is the most I've talked to you. That's like, all right.
No, you guys are. I feel like you don't post that. If there's like a few more of you that show up, but
You don't
like I
find
don't
me
think that
threatening.
I don't find you so threatening.
Good. I don't want to be. I am a silly little guy.
That's true. You do wear the silly little guy.
So comedy. What are all your bits?
All of them in a row. Give me your hour.
Did like you do burlesque in a comedy club or something? You're like, might as well do 2 shows tonight, or-
Right? No, I've never. You know what? I do keep them very separate, which is just I think is just kind of like the nature of I don't know, the 2 different scenes, and then also I don't know, they just like never really cross over. I've talked to other burlesque performers that have done an incorporated comedy into their burlesque type stuff, and like, you know, a lot of burlesque is supposed to be funny too.
Yeah, totally.
And but the only thing that's really crossed over is when I host burlesque, and that is
That makes sense.
so much fun. Those are some of my favorite shows, like also because like burlesque audiences are so warm. Like comedy audiences are rough, like especially like some rooms in, you know, like some rooms in this town, but like burlesque show audiences, like if they're there to see burlesque, it's like you take off like, you know, a glove and they lose their shit, and you tell like one semi halfway decent joke and they're like, no, you're the best comedian ever. It's great. It's such an affirming community.
Sounds awesome. Where do you do that?
Where do I do that? I used to host a it took hiatus during the summer, so I don't know if it's coming back. It might be, but it was the monthly brunch burlesque cabaret at Watson's. It was the first Saturday of every month. It was a lot of fun. Watson's has a great stage. They have like a real like backstage.
I'm ashamed to say I have never been inside of Watson's.
It's sick. They redid it, and yeah, you can go from like backstage all the way to the like back of the house without anyone. That's why they can do like the dinner like immersive theater so easily, and you can sneak around so well.
Yeah.
It's sick.
There's
So
like
much
two
fun.
like stairways on either side of the stage, and like you can like enter from above. It's really great. I describe it as the starter pack from Clue the movie.
Oh, that's
If
fun.
you're familiar.
I did Clue the play.
You did. Who were you?
I was Mr. Body, a cop, and the telegram girl.
Okay. What was the telegram girl wearing?
A little red sparkly dress.
Little red sparkly
like my
dress.
hair. I
Maybe
looked like-
you too can do burlesque.
Actually, you
I've
should
done- I've
see what I was
basically
wearing.
done-
I wore
yeah.
a full girdle earlier today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let me. It didn't.
How
We're gonna have a fem off.
traditional, right?
Pretty traditional. Let me.
How culturally appropriate. You look very Northern European.
I'm German.
Yeah.
German, Irish, and
All of them. Just like,
European
just like
white
the
mutt.
mush.
Yeah.
Like,
My stepmom was like, "You need to do a 23andMe. It's so fun." And she bought me one, and I did it. And it was like 44.5% German, Scandinavian,
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then like 44 point whatever, like English, Irish, whatever, blah blah blah. And then like 2% Jewish. And I was like, nice. Ashkenazi. A little bit of fun.
ethnicity. Yeah, because that's traditionally known as the fun one.
Exactly.
Right? Like, I like it. You get your 23andMe back, and it's like 50 shades of beige. Also, I just recently found out that 23andMe is owned by the Mormons.
Oh.
You didn't know that?
Really? I
Yeah.
did not know that either. That's,
Okay. That's how many kids they have?
Right.
Me and my 23.
Oh, that's such a like modest girdle, though.
is,
Are you
it
wearing
is,
like a
not
straight
short.
T-shirt underneath?
No.
Oh,
I'm wearing,
okay. Oh, you can get it to close.
Yeah. Yeah, it would not close. This is a good.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. There you go.
You gotta send me all those videos
Here,
now.
watch this one real quick.
Have you thought about any character bits
Oh yeah,
in that? That would be
not
fun.
in that. But,
Yeah.
but I have a couple character bits that I've been trying to work out. But it's hard. It's hard. I feel like
Trailer Randy or
it's like
something?
yeah. So I'm like a trailer park guy.
Oh yeah, slumming it.
Yeah.
I look to get that into character.
And then there's like an Australian like wildlife guy that I'm working on.
Oh, like a Steve Irwin adjacent.
yeah.
Like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
50 Shades of Twang.
A German girl would be fun.
A German
Like
girl.
a German waitress.
I think,
like, would be really
I think
fun.
if you
Sammy
wore your
Stein.
hair in the pigtails would be.
The pigtails were nice.
That would be no. It's just like it's like a good shorthand for the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would help you.
Totally.
I'm on board. What's her name? Greta.
Ooh, I like Greta. I also like Helga.
Helga is a classic. Helga's a classic.
Helga's a classic that I think would just like
Can you
Helga
just-
in itself
Can
gets
you just
laughs,
be
you know?
like umlaut?
Just the sound.
Just umlaut the like the little German girl. I think that would really like.
Oh, dude.
I hope you're writing this down.
I can't even like
Can you do burlesque too with it?
Probably.
I can't comprehend like what a German accent really like sounds like.
At this
More
particular
threatening
moment,
Swedish?
Lederhosen. No, that's like
And
really
the Swedish is like less threatening.
Okay, so
German.
like
I don't know. I think
I need like
be
German
like real
words.
racist for like a second. Like what? Like don't even like do what they do with like Chinese and like tonal language. Just start making like noises.
You're
in-
white and German, you can do it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, you're getting closer.
Oh, like yeah, kind of Dutch, Germany, something.
Danke, Bre. Danke, beer, more beer, and danke, and
I don't know it well enough. I
Polka
feel like you're kind of
music.
close.
I do, in my very worldly perspective,
This is
I
another
would
one
say
of our-
that you were just spot on.
oh,
Congratulations.
yay!
Yes.
This is one of our unchecked facts
Beer.
again. We might be wildly ignorant on this one.
Going to Berlin for rave music and beer.
Yeah.
No, that's it. Yeah, you're getting much closer as we keep going.
Just listen to German music. I'm sure that's an easy way to pick up
Rammstein.
Right.
on it.
Clogging, is that
Is
yeah.
that Dutch or German? Or
I don't know. I think
Just
it's all the
picture
same sort of like
them.
monolith of a culture at a certain point.
fair.
Yeah.
It's all like regional. So how'd you start comedy?
I
Back
took
on
a
track.
class.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, I've been actually. We talked about this the other day, like having a comedy teacher or coach or whatever, and what that would be like. What was the comedy class like? What do they teach you? Do they teach you stage presence, or do they teach you like joke structure, or?
Yeah, and I don't know. This is the thing. This is also what I like doing when it makes me feel like I'm doing work and I'm like not actually doing work, is I'll read like a bunch of like comedy books and shit like that about like, which is fine, and like, but it is helpful for me. So like the class I took, it was Bree Jones. I thought she did a fantastic job. It was exceptionally well prepared, and it was sort of like, some of it is, I don't know, like the thing that I think you spend the first 6 months of your comedy career looking like an asshole trying to figure out, like, right, like what the light is and how they light you and when you should get the fuck off stage and like things that are appropriate and not, like what heckling actually is versus what it isn't.
Totally.
Which I think is something still people kind of have like a problem discerning. Like sometimes you get audience members who are just like enthusiastic and like, but until someone is like genuinely trying to insult you on stage, like I think everything up until that point is not heckling.
I agree.
But yeah, and like joke structures and just like traditionally, like I don't know, I think for me it created good habits, and it, especially doing it with like a class. I'm a big group activity person too, so that's been really helpful to like learn how to collaborate around comedy with other people.
Yeah.
Do you do comedy and that makes you write, or are you like a writer who uses that to?
I've always been a writer.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, comedy has changed my writing. I think that most anyone who is funny can be a comedian if they, again, like develop the right habits around it.
Totally.
It's like I just started, like I always said funny things. It's not until I became like a comedian that I remembered to write them all down or like text them to myself and then revisit them later, which is not, you know, I think is different than what a lot of people think that like being a comedian
Totally.
is.
No, I agree. I think that like, especially like even like recently when I first started, like, you know, a big part of I think anyone starting comedy is your friends telling you like, you're funny, you should do stand up, or like you should try to stand up or whatever. But then it's like another thing to be funny in like situations with your friends, and then to actually like,
But then you have to be crazy. You have to be like, they're right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I am funny. These people are also going to agree.
Yeah, and everyone's gonna love me.
I am willing to put this up for critique. That's the big one. And honestly, that's why I think that there's not a lot of female comedians, is because like the bar of just like this is worthy of public consumption becomes so much higher, I think, for girls, because we're just convinced everything that we do is sucky anyway and are so afraid of bad feedback that's a big thing, is like also I think with comedy is figuring out how it's baseball.
Totally.
right? It's like at bats. It's like you can crush it one day and it literally means nothing. You can like bomb for a week and, you know, it can mean nothing. And yeah, being able to like do that. And I am a deeply, deeply insecure person. Like, but somehow there is some version of my brain that is like, I am okay with this amount of punishment and I will just keep going. So, yeah. We're all wounded. That's part of it. Sometimes
never had anyone to
that's
talk
a
to.
huge part of it, I think, is just fucking... Obviously, trauma. Like, everyone talks about that. Like, trauma builds
yeah.
comedy. But, like, it also, like... Trauma, I think it, like, you pick how you deal with trauma, right? Like, you either deal with it by, like, laughing in its face and, like, coming up with, like, ways to, like, make yourself feel easier about it. Or you just, like, curl up into a ball or whatever and...
Yeah,
don't
and some
deal
of
with
us
it.
do
And I
both.
think that, there's a little bit of both
It's a
happening.
nice balance.
Ball time v stage time.
There's a perfect
I need to
ratio
have
in there.
Equal amounts on either side of my day.
Sometimes I do look around the room at like a mic or something like that, and I'm like, what happened to you?
People just wring their emotions into the microphone. I'm gonna bounce around a lot. Have you ever had like a burlesque accident?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's like a couple that are you talking about like a fashion emergency?
No,
Is
like
that
a broken bone or
Oh,
something. Like,
okay.
No,
you know.
I
No,
like,
well,
I
because
I'd
no,
rather
those
hear
do
about fashion
happen.
emergencies.
Yeah. Because like you're like
Are you
actually.
No, what did they?
slips?
What did they call? What? No, what was? I'm calling it the wrong thing. What was the thing that Janet Jackson did? And it wasn't. It was like it was a malfunction. Yeah,
wardrobe
a wardrobe
malfunction.
malfunction.
Yeah. Wardrobe
I.
malfunction.
So yeah, there's like a few that. Like, yeah, they call it popping a pasty. I popped a pasty before. And, like, this is also the other thing that's interesting about just, like, the logistics of being a burlesque performer is, like, you have to know really intimately what the blue laws are in any given state, like what you can and cannot show. Like, in Idaho, I get more naked than people at actual strip clubs because they're bikini bars. And, like... And in Seattle and Washington, it's like very specific. It's like an inch of fabric up the crack of the butt to like an inch above where the crack ends. Like this is like literally in code.
Also, like Washington strip clubs go like full nude.
Portland ones do. Is Washington is bottomless?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, it must be like about like what kind of license you have or
Yeah,
like
'cause
whatever. Like yeah.
That was like there's a strip club like right in like Spokane called State Line. It's right
Yeah.
on the fucking border of Idaho and Washington.
Interesting. Yes, that is
Yeah.
exactly where that market is.
Yeah.
And but
yeah,
no,
you're like actually
yeah.
dancing. So like,
Yeah.
do you ever,
Like fall?
sure, or but have like a
Like
notable
a
injury or
tumble.
something like.
No, I mean, I haven't. Yeah, this is me scared of like critique. And this is also why I think that I put them in different buckets in my head is like if I go on stage for burlesque, I'm like exceptionally more prepared because it's like a nice place to put my nervous energy. Like you can only prepare so much for comedy and like know your material so well. And like, but I can run the shit out of my routine. And usually I'm pretty, like that is together. But like, yeah, like I've had heels break. I've had to like do my own cobbling where there was one where I had like 2 shows back to back on Friday night and Sunday night. And and it broke Friday night and I like literally nailed together my heel that was holding up all of all of my weight because it had broken to play the Saturday night show. And it held up, so.
I want to take a moment because I don't think a lot of women would have used the term, I had to do my own cobbling.
My own cobbling.
I think most people would say, I had to fix my own shoes. So
No, we're going to be appropriate. Like,
that's a good term.
Hell yeah.
I like a good cobbler.
yeah.
I like a good cobbler. cobbler, goddammit. I'm gonna cobble this
fuck
shit
yeah.
together. I'm literally gonna cobble this shit together.
You need those little fucking gremlins that come and cobble at night. You ever see that cartoon?
They're like
little
what?
elves that come and cobble the old man.
No, this is this is the fairy tale. This is like the nighttime story of like it's someone's specific shoe, and like these people live in her shoe.
Oh, the old lady who lives in a shoe and has like 12 kids or whatever.
Yeah.
Isn't it called like the lady who lives in a shoe?
Maybe I don't know.
The woman
like
who
your grandma
lives in
got
a
ran
shoe
over by a
had
reindeer?
it's one of the grim.
Yeah, probably. So like someone is definitely getting eaten, and it's like 10 times more traumatizing than what it
German
was
ones.
actually told to us. Talking about, like
My grandma used to tell me that one a lot.
regional traditionalisms of like really fucked up stories coming from.
Yeah. So you fix your shoe. Routine saved. The
Routine
show went
saved.
on.
Fallen off of a stage.
I have never fallen off of a stage.
We did a show where there was a scene where a kid had to get pantsed. And he would normally wear like compression shorts, so they were tight and it was like loose fitting pants. But the scene before, he had a belt on and he forgot to take it off. And this kid like yanked it, and it got to where like the kid realized what he had fucked up with. And but by the time it was right where we were about to get kicked out of the theater, and, so like we had like 4 of us just dove on him. And, but that's the closest to a, what was it called?
A wardrobe malfunction.
Wardrobe malfunction.
I do like how filming something like that makes you think through the logistics of a pantsing. Right? Like, what are the physics involved?
They were like, we're doing Grease. There's kids here. We can't.
Was it literally Grease?
Oh yeah. A bunch of grease monkeys jumped on him.
It was the scene with Rump, who's not in the movie, he's only in the stage play. But yeah, he's
You're
like,
a big theater nerd.
Yeah, did you not see all the shows up on the wall when we walked in?
No, I saw programs. I did not stop to read them.
Yeah, he's a huge theater nerd.
Huge theater nerd.
Like, we'll be hanging out and he'll just break into song. And like,
Do you sing and dance?
yeah.
You did musical theater
I'm not
too?
I'm not gonna say like I do it, but if I'm cast to do it, I love doing it.
Yeah.
I really like choreographed dance, and I really like singing.
Did you do it after high school?
I did
You
like
didn't do it.
I did stand up like in high school, and then got into musical theater.
like I remember
Stand up
musical
is your
theater-
burlesque.
Yeah,
I
so-
feel like I feel like you got into musical theater like more recently than any of your other endeavors. Like, I feel like it's your
Probably.
most
It's-
recent passion.
Yeah.
But like recent is still like you
It's
were
still
a
within the last,
teenager.
like,
4 or 5
years,
years, yeah.
4 or 5 years,
But it's cool. I kind of like it because I'm in the same boat. I get why people don't like them, but I really like them. But I understand how just people are like,
Of theater, of like musical
Yeah,
theater.
or just
You know what? I
it's a
love
turn
musical
off for
theater.
people.
I think that it is just as like a feat of production. And both of my parents are from New York City. So like we would go back and like visit family, and we would always go and see like a Broadway show. I was very convinced the Phantom of the Opera was going to come and abduct me when I was like 7 or something. I was like, he's going to take me away to his lair.
That's so funny.
I'm sure there's like some weird, like, relationship things that have been born out of that particular perspective with like men. But like,
No, I love musical theater too. I saw like a Mary Poppins in London when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And like it was like a really great show. But like Max got me into it when we went and saw like Hamilton when it came to town.
that's the big one. That
And-
hooked a lot of
yeah.
them.
It's a good
Yeah.
one.
But like also we were supposed to see Book of Mormon, which like
That's
I was
very good.
more excited for than anything else. But like also I remember a very clear point in time like a few years ago, because Max and I have been hanging out since we were 14 or 15, and there was a time like maybe 4 or 5 years ago where we were hanging out, and he would usually like listen to like rap music and like old school rap like Wu-Tang and like NWA like Nas and stuff, and then like one day
I'm also very familiar with this white boy. Continue.
and then one day
Scheme.
and then one day I come to town and it's just like all like Andrew Hamilton or like Andrew Garfield, like from like whatever movie he was or whatever
Tick, tick, boom.
Tick Tick Boom and like all this musical stuff, and it was just like that was the thing now, and I was like, all
That
right,
was
this is
recent,
sick, like that's my guy.
though.
Like
Let's see.
it was before that. It was like Hamilton and
Tick Tick Boom was like, I feel like in the last
That's
couple
2 or 3 years.
that was
Yeah.
recent, but it was before. It was a little bit before
No.
that, but.
No, I think that like honestly,
I just remember it being so clear. It was just like one day it was like he was hip hop, skiing, skateboarding,
Night and
then
day.
the next day, and the next time I came to town, he was like
He's like
musical
kickball changing
theater.
across the, like, kitchen.
And he's like, have you heard of tap dance? And I'm like, what happened to you, my man? But I love it, and that's what became. That's how we started the podcast because he got into that shit and then started wanting to do more of this.
Oh, interesting.
He's the
that was when you
prodigy.
became a creative.
Yeah.
No, it all started. I was doing stand up like my senior year of high school,
Okay.
and I would like drive down from McCall like once a week when Liquid was a thing, and then
Yeah.
do that. And
That was
then-
before my time. So you've known each other since you were 15 and 16 years
We've
old?
known each other since we were before that. It was 6th or 7th grade, so like 11 or 12. But we like really started hanging out heavily in like probably 8th and 9th grade.
cute, right?
Max,
Yeah.
what is the most embarrassing story you know about Sansom?
I don't. It's just so many like. I don't know. You got drunk and lost your phone somewhere. Maybe you got some weird injury.
That's those are all like so
yeah, I don't have-
often that
it's just-
like
Yeah,
it's
it's
whatever.
just,
Samson is
it's just a
so-
personality trait.
It's like Samson is so like open
a
about
mess.
stuff that it's like what is he gonna get embarrassed of that he probably hasn't told all of his friends.
That's a really
And,
good point.
Right? If it were that good, it is worth bragging about.
Like I don't even know where I would start. Like I don't
know. I feel like it would have to be something like when we were kids.
the murders.
Don't fucking talk about it.
We're doing really well compared to Marina. We were not.
yeah.
God damn
That's
it.
exactly what I wanted you to hear. It's like the screen goes
No,
black.
I don't know. Maybe that I was just so fucking fat and gross in high school.
I mean, you can tell about
That would
that.
be, I have to see a picture now.
Yeah. While you're doing that, what was?
You can cut that in.
Yeah, definitely. While he's doing that, what was your favorite musical that you saw in New York?
I remember seeing Spam a lot. Do you know what I do? I remember seeing oh my god, why am I being such an idiot? It's the one with it's the drums. It's the one where they like it's
Stomp.
yeah.
Nice.
I was like, it's one syllable. Why can't I remember it? Yeah. Okay, that's not even that bad.
It was for me. I was mean.
Is that what you seem like you have more shame? What is the most embarrassing story you know about Max?
That is a good question. I probably like come home and like drunk cried to you about just, this girl.
I don't want to go because
Oh.
like there's like some recent stuff that I'm not going to touch on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't worry about that.
I'm just out here to like break
Um,
bro code. Is what.
That's not. We're
throw
not
him under the
bros.
bus in a
We're
second.
brothers. It's different. We will oust each other for sure. I don't know. I feel like it would be so. This Max just has always been, I would say. So in high school, Max like was very like straight edge.
Mm-hmm.
And but
I still said like fucking stuff. Don't think I wasn't like chill
okay.
or whatever.
Yeah.
I just didn't like drink or anything.
this is probably more embarrassing for me, honestly. But this one time, me, Max, and a friend of ours who no longer with us, We recorded a Ripstick documentary, like as a spoof documentary in our hometown.
Pray tell,
Like,
what is that?
We were like pretending we were professional rip stickers, right? And we were like,
like
you know, the Ripstick, like the wiggle, like it's 2 wheels and you like have to like wiggle. It was like an old toy in like the early 2000s.
Okay, I'm familiar with that. I had no idea it had a name. Continue.
Okay, so we like did videos of that, and then we like walked into our like local like burger joint acting like hot shit because we were friends with all the girls who worked there and stuff, and we worked there. I worked there too, and they let us like walk in and stuff.
Mostly because of that.
And then we like go up to this car or whatever, and we like this kid Bryson like goes up to the car and he like writes like cunt on like the window or whatever and the dust on it, and it was like in the video, and then Max uploads it to YouTube. And then, like, his mom sees this video and is like, you're no longer allowed
Oh yeah.
to hang out with Samson. He's a bad influence. And I was
I would be like, as a mom, I
devastated.
would be like, at least he's literate. Like,
I was
it's like
devastated
a text-based
because I wasn't the one who wrote it. And I was like, it was our other friend Bryce who wrote it. And it was in the video, and I guess my mom like went and talked to Julie, Max's mom, and then we were able to hang out again. But
Okay.
The only not true
Do
thing.
you remember when your mom used to be able to fix things for you?
Yeah.
That was nice.
Now your mom's just like, you're fucked.
I
Man.
know, it's just like, you're
taxes,
an
what?
idiot. Ski pass?
Made your bed.
You did right.
I wrote
on
it?
The car.
I was wondering, I didn't think
Yeah,
I did it.
yeah,
I thought
yeah.
Bryson did it.
No.
Damn, Bryson.
I could have sworn Bryson did it.
No. Other than that, you were right. Yeah, all that other stuff did happen. That's why my mom didn't want me, because Samson knew how to spell cunt. And
I was just saying, see you next Tuesday. I don't understand. I knew that car was going to be there next Tuesday.
That's really why we're banning all of these books, is to make the children like as illiterate that they can't even spell the word cunt. Then we'll know we've won.
Oh, shit. Sorry, Bryson, did I blame that on you? Blamed
I got you.
bad thing on a dead man. I didn't mean to do that.
got you, dude.
Wow.
Anyways.
Whatever.
So Spam-A-Lot.
Spam-A-Lot is good.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Spam-A-Lot. I went to school in Philadelphia.
And it's
And I saw
not
it
called
there.
spam, and she didn't see spam a lot. It's called Spam-A-Lot. Monty
Oh,
Python.
wait, no. Did I see the off-brand version?
There's Spam-A-Lot?
No, that was a dumb joke. That there's some like pirate version of like some like pirate music theater play that is just
Scam-A-Lot
spam
or something.
Like that is just spam a lot, and it's like one guy in a spam costume.
It's like a
For, like,
spoof of like
90
Sweeney
minutes.
Todd or something. So it's
Yeah.
like meat or spam. Spam pies. What else have you seen? Have you seen like a bunch of shows? I might nerd out if you have.
I'm not as nerdy about like I probably should like musical theater more than I do. I appreciate musical theater, like I was saying. I think it's just it's such a like, technically it's a big fucking lift, but also it is just like so universally appealing. Like Cats ran for like 30 something years. Like there's nothing else in like all of entertainment ever that is able to like maintain that kind of steam, because it's like you go in and it's this spectacle and like and it's the music and it hits you and it's so singable and like it's like engineered but in a very specific way.
Big part of it is just Broadway in itself, and
It's
just
what's
like
called Broadway.
yeah, just like the whole well, just like the whole like, if you're gonna see a musical, like you want to see it where it originates, right? Like in like the original production of it.
Yeah,
is-
no, I've seen a lot of good like touring productions. Like there's stuff that comes through even like Morrison Center and stuff
I
like
get
that.
that, but like what I'm saying is like, I guess like people make like one of their bucket list items to like see
Yeah.
a show on Broadway, right? And
Yeah.
so like when a show comes out on Broadway, like it has, I feel like, more likelihood to like stay in production if it's a really good show because of just like people will be like hear about it and be like, well, I need to see that show on Broadway, and so like then it'll stick around longer than like perhaps one that like.
Well, so Broadway's like Hollywood. It's,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
there's plenty of great musicals and plays that have never seen Broadway.
Yeah, I mean, off Broadway is a real category of like even things that are very,
Little
very
Shop
good.
of Horrors is on off Broadway.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
yeah.
like the huge. Aren't Cats and Phantom of the Opera both Andrew Lloyd Webber?
Correct.
Okay, and they both Phantom of the Opera just ended
just
their like
ended, yeah.
Yeah, it was like
A couple of months ago.
yeah.
It was. I feel
Pretty
like it was
sure.
at the beginning of the summer.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Because I know I had a buddy who went and like they went specifically to go to like one of the last shows that they had, and I guess it was unreal.
That man writes bops.
He gets it.
It's there.
1, 2, 3, yeah, for sure. CDE. Do you do any music or any other production or stage, whatever? Any performing?
No, I like that's it. Is like I became a creative very, very late and in very, very specific lanes. But like previous to this, like I used to work, my ex-husband and I had a video production company. So like he went to film school and we did a lot of like non-profity type videos, like, and it was just like a lot of mini productions that were all very, like heartfelt. It's like the ones where if like anyone invites you to like a fundraiser or something like that and they like lock the doors and turn out the lights and then make you watch this movie that's going to make you cry and write them checks. It's like that was us.
Okay.
So
Tugging at heartstrings.
yeah, pretty much.
Is that like all you did before you spent a bunch of years building a production company, or?
Yeah.
Nice. So do you have a lot of like behind the camera background, or what was
I was
your?
like that's the thing is like I'm like the least creative part of it. I'm very like logistics oriented. Like it is, here are the things that we need to make this shit work, and then like bringing it all together. And like I mean I like can kind of edit on like a timeline, and I can not even I don't even know how to work in a DSLR. I'm not even gonna like lie. Like yeah, that's not a thing.
Where did you do all that?
That's when I was in Seattle.
Okay. You're born?
I've been running out a lot of towns. I am from just west of Denver.
Okay.
I went to college in Philadelphia and I moved here from Seattle.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of places. What did you do in did you ski or anything? Or I guess you're not an adrenaline person.
No, I'm a bad Coloradan. My dad was a very big skier. My parents are also very, very old. Like, my dad was born at 48 and, like, literally grew up on wooden skis. Mm-hmm. And he was my dad's Danish and grew up in New York City. So, like, there was like a very Scandinavian part of the city that he grew up in. And I guess he worked in like one of the last ski shops in Manhattan that would like run trips up to Vermont. So some guy named Hans like taught him how to ski with like two wooden skis and like literally like a leather strap. And like he's like, I remember, and at that point he was like competitive or whatever. He's like, I remember when they got like bear claw ski like trap boots or whatever. Like I don't know. It was like how they like attached your feet better was like the good like technological advancement.
Depends on the knot that you tie.
And he tried. God bless him. He tried. I just have too much of my mom in me, and I will just scream the whole way down the mountain. I don't wanna.
What do you do for fun?
What do I do for fun?
You have a day off. What are you doing?
A day off.
Yeah. This is a you day.
It's just like vacation.
Yeah.
Like,
Here's
right?
$1,000. Do something today.
A little me time. I don't know. Treat yourself.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna like. well, my like momentary vacations are like, I have a really big thing for like celebrity gossip.
Nice.
Is where if I like want to burn through a few brain cells, that is where my shit is at. I know what everyone is doing. It's really, it's a deep, dark, shameful part of me. It's fine, but I will actually. So like my roommate who got back from Burning Man,
Good job.
was on. I know she made it. She did it,
Proud of your
and
girlfriend.
she had survived the Zika and the bubonic plague and the SARS and like
Gonorrhea.
all of it. But she saw Channing Tatum and Zoe Kravitz in like a taco stand on the way out of she apparently is a very teensy tiny woman who like, and literally all I could think of when she told me this was like, oh my god, Channing Tatum and Zoe Kravitz were at a wedding that was also attended by Taylor Swift like 3 weeks ago, and like how Zoe Kravitz is a quarter Jewish.
Attended a wedding, like,
Not
they
Taylor
got married
Swift.
twice?
No, you can attend a wedding as a guest.
No, I'm just like, is it the same wedding? Like, happened 2 times in 3, like once 3 weeks later it happened
it
again,
was
and
just
Taylor
like-
Swift was at the first one. I might have just misheard you.
Maybe I misspoke, but no, like they were at, it was like, right, like the producer who works with a lot with Taylor Swift, he's like the lead singer of Fun, Antonoff.
Oh,
Right?
He's the Bleachers.
Fun. It also
Fun
Bleachers? Is that
Fun
the same thing?
No, Fun is like the
I
We
don't-
Are Young song. And
Oh,
then
yeah,
Bleachers
yeah,
is the
yeah.
We Only
No, you're
Get
right.
Better.
You're right, because
But-
the lead singer of Fun is an asshole, right?
Is he?
I
have
think
no
so.
idea.
I
That's
remember
not very
him being
fun.
not very
You know better
nice.
than us.
He's not very fun. But he
Antonoff and Swift are like best friends, I think.
Yeah. So Antonoff got married, and Channing Tatum and Zoe Kravitz are in a lot of pictures with Taylor Swift. But also, Zoe Kravitz is a quarter Jewish because Lenny Kravitz is half Jewish. And then Channing Tatum actually got started as a stripper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That happens. So
And he
like this is
contributes.
how this is how just like my deep dark little like obsession sneaks its way into everyday life.
It's kind of bad because I know that they're never true, and I'm an adult and I should just delete Snapchat, but they have news on it and they have headlines that always catch me because it's people that I like.
Because it's the algorithm and they
Yeah.
know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it'll say like this celebrity like canceled their careers. Like they say the worst possible thing they can because they found one like comment that was like, I'm not a fan. And they're like, their career's in deep shit because user 1398 said
Right.
he looked at me funny one time at a show, and I read them. I look through all of them, look through all the ads, wait through all the ads because piece of shit.
The Snapchat's stupid.
I know they're wrong too. Like
That's interesting. Like as far as like headlines. I mean, obviously you can tell those headlines. It's like the ones that are like not that go exactly the way that you think they are, like, Kylie Jenner says something interesting about her like relationship with her sisters, and you know that it's going to be like, oh, she loves them and they're getting together and they never had a problem. But if she was a fucking bitch, they would put it in the first line.
Kylie Jenner sucks.
Oh, though that was also, speaking of interesting celebrity news, is that Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet just made their public debut at the Beyonce concert.
As a couple.
No.
As a couple. They've been like in pictures
dating artsy
before
boys
this.
now?
I know,
What?
right? That's a departure.
Wonka.
Right?
Whoa!
I have a shot.
Come with me and we'll be
Shit.
in a world of pure imagination. Sorry, I was trying to talk about Timothy's gonna be Willy Wonka in the thing. And so I was-
Okay. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, he is. Are they still doing that production? I've seen dailies, but like I thought, but it was like very premature. I wasn't sure if it was happening anymore.
The third Willy Wonka. Like, isn't that a little bit like?
Especially
this
when
is
the
different,
Johnny
though.
Depp one was so bad.
Yeah.
Right? It's supposed to be like somewhere else in like the Willy.
The first
It's
one
like
was
why
so good.
Willy Wonka,
Like the first
right?
one was so good though.
Yeah,
like,
no
the
one-
original with Gene Wilder was
Obviously, no one is going to top Gene Wilder, but you know they keep trying. Yeah. It's sort of like I don't know how after the Barbie movie now all of like I like how the lesson that the movie industry pulled from Barbie was we're going to make more toy movies. That was it.
Well, I guess that's. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did. I waited. Because like this is my thing is like I just love cultural phenomenon. Like even if there are like really, really big movies, like I never saw or like TV shows that are a thing. Like I never saw The Last of Us and I totally would, but the one thing I cannot do is zombies. I just can't. It's like I will not. But like I read every single fucking article about This Is Us. I know exactly or The Last of Us. I know it. Like
I know they fucked up and got a shot of the production crew in one of the frames.
But so like Barbie was happening and my mom was going to come into town like 2 weeks later and I saw Oppenheimer like the Saturday it came out on IMAX and I was like no we're gonna if I'm gonna see a bomb I'm gonna see a bomb and, like, but I waited on Barbie enough to like stew and everything else and I did genuinely try and avoid spoilers but at a certain point I was like I couldn't and then I like Barbie I think it was great but I knew so much about it going into it, and like half of my mind was like, "How am I going to defend this to every man that I know?"
It's really easy because it's awesome.
No, it's great.
You just show it to them.
I just think that if I saw it like on the first day, it would have been this sort of like transcendental experience. It's been for everyone else, but I had been like stewing in it for so long that it just didn't hit.
I feel that.
I saw it twice, the first and second day.
Yeah. Okay. Cheers. I appreciate
loved
that.
It was so good. And
You know this, that like they had zero CGI in any of that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's like really.
This is all just cables and everything?
Yeah, it's like super old school. Like all of like the traveling scenes and stuff like that. Like the waves are just.
Like the
it's like
fucking screen on. Like,
but it's like the two screens and they have them
Yeah,
going like back
that's
and
cool.
forth like that. There's like you should go and look up that footage. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Behind the
Shit,
scenes
that sounds
Barbie.
dope.
That'd be fun.
I'm so surprised you haven't found BTS Barbie.
I mean, there's
we
no
go.
excuse. I'm not going to try to talk my way out of it. I should have.
Educate
Yeah,
yourself.
no, you're right. I've been ignorant, and nothing I can do but say sorry and watch
And
behind
do
the scenes. I feel like a prisoner in my basement right now.
I knew that this was gonna happen one way or another when Barbie came out.
You put verbal zip ties on me, and you are metaphorically chloroforming. It's cool, yeah.
No, it's cool. What do you think I can get for you?
A fun story?
A fun story.
About can you tell us a fun story about, I don't know, stand-up. A fun stand-up story.
$30.
Me, a fun stand-up story?
Yeah.
You know what? A fun stand-up story is like the worst gig that I ever had. It was at O'Michael's. And it was the first time I was doing a half hour. And I knew that this was going to be bad. I did it for free. It was a political fundraiser. And like the whole point for like some state seat or something like that out in Eagle. And I was like, and her whole thing was like, you know, if like the incumbent were a Democrat, I would be a Republican. So like she was running as a Democrat, but her point was like middle of the road, and middle of the road Idaho is still not me. And like I was like, this is gonna be rough.
Yeah.
And I knew it was gonna be rough. And then the host went on and I was behind Brittany in the lineup, and Brittany, who is like the most. She's just such a funny woman in the way that she's like this tiny little, you know, like waif of a human being, but has genuinely like the most devious mind I've ever met. Like, she has like 5 minutes on like fucking someone's grandma. It's great. And like, so clearly that warmed them up really well. And then I just like knew exactly what it was going to be. There was a guy in front who was like an older gentleman who was just like shaking his head the whole time. And it was like, there was maybe like two tables in the back who liked me, but like the room is so long and narrow that it took so long for their laughter to like hit me. And I was just like, that was a very nicely harrowing experience.
That's tough.
Half hour of that.
Yeah, that's a long time.
I made
in front
it-
of a rough crowd.
It was sort of like, the exercise at that point was how long can you go? And I did like 33 and a half minutes.
Damn.
Yeah, so.
It's the number for arsenic on the periodic table.
Again, not comforting.
Wow. I'm in your boat. I know.
It's just you don't hear 33 come up a lot. I know that. So, you asked me 34th. I don't know. I just know the 33rd. It's arsenic. Because there's a ski company called Arsenic, and their logo is a 33. We'll put it up here.
Okay. You're forgiven. You scared me, but now I'm not scared anymore.
So comforting.
So a day off. You
No. Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know. I'm.
Scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Does it mean me?
No, I don't mean to be mean. I think that you're really sweet.
Look how red his face just got.
This is the puppy tactic. I'm getting my upper hand back.
That's always, yes, that
So
always
we do
works.
it.
No, I mean, I like days off. Yeah, like I'll see a movie. Like a big thing for me is like going and like I'll work out and just, I don't know, that puts me in a better mood. I'll go and walk my dog.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of dog do you have?
He is a Shiba Inu mix. His name is Steven. He is from Korea. I rescued him. Well, I didn't rescue him, but there are organizations that rescue dogs there from the meat trade.
I love Korean dogs.
I am that. I just needed that good of like a white woman savior story.
Yeah, nice.
Like I was
Solid.
like, what is the most?
What is the best thing
What
I
is
can
the
get?
best narrative that I can put forth? And like,
Other than like Blindside.
yeah.
See that
That's
play
gonna
you're
like
eating?
totally backfire like 15 years later when he can like talk and tell
when
people.
he's like, I'm an adult and this lady fucking was shit.
I never saw a dime from this bitch. Like,
Just be like, see that food you're eating off that plate? That could have been Steven.
it really could have.
No, that's funny. One of my friends has like a dog that they adopted like while they were living in Korea.
Oh, okay,
And it's,
yeah.
like one of those like white ones, all fluffy and shit.
The Jindos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, he's like that. He's like smaller than a Jindo, but like bigger than like a straight Shiba.
Shiba? Yeah, that's
but like
cool.
curly Q tail
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like, yeah, they're
That
cute.
sounds adorable.
Do they taste good? Is like
I'm pretty sure that they gave him to me because he's so skinny and like,
he wouldn't be good
I
anyways.
cannot put weight on this dog. I'm sure he's very stringy.
it's like
That's
Is
like
it like
all
the
they're
same
doing
dog
is they're
at
just
all?
sending the shitty ones.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah, these ones they have worms.
it's like giving rotten fruit. It's expired.
To like food pantries.
Here, you need this more than. Just, it's gonna cost a lot when you take it to the vet. By the way,
No, he's a weird dog though. He like doesn't have like he's gotten a lot better because I used to have him in like an apartment in Seattle. And that was not the life that he wanted. And now he has a backyard and he is like so OCD that he has like tread a pattern
I know a couple dogs like that.
into the grass.
The
like,
path that they run, they're like normal pattern around.
And it's like nothing else exists. Like it's really weird. And like, and like he's
Satanic.
Yeah.
That's what my friend's German Shepherd is.
It's like a pentacle.
That's what my Just like you're looking out there, he's like going super fast. It's like on fire. Like what the fuck?
K9.
No, that's him. That's Steven.
Oh my god, he's adorable.
I know, he's cute.
He looks like a little dingo.
He's very foxy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a lot of that.
Cute.
Steven.
Didn't McCall have a fox like infestation?
Kind of. I remember when my parents and I lived in that Aspen like apartments over by the club. There was like a fox and like living in our backyard and like she had babies and she would just hang out like on our back deck and like you go out and like pet them and shit. Like
McCall has a lot of foxes, like so many.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. They're like squirrels here.
old people
or
feed
geese.
them eggs and shit, and so they like.
Oh,
aren't
I
afraid of
believe that.
humans. And
Yeah.
So, like, it's the same thing with the deer up there. Is like old people will just feed them like corn and shit out of their hands.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the tourists will like throw food out for them because they like it, and then like.
Then we hit them with
Then
our
they
cars.
get everywhere. Yeah.
Exactly, and like the same thing with like the bears, like tourists leaving shit out and stuff, and like the bears, like we had to get the whole town of McCall like. You forced everyone in city limits to get bear-proof trash cans.
Oh, really? I believe that. What would happen when I was in Denver is that people would leave out food for the foxes, but the coyotes moved in. And the thing is that coyotes will eat your cats and small dogs,
Yeah.
and foxes will not.
No,
So that's how they ruined that.
that makes sense.
Yeah. It's pretty.
Nice.
It's on
There weren't a
par.
lot of coyotes in town because people in McCall would shoot them.
Yeah.
Well, it's also McCall or Valley County is the only place in Idaho where you can't hunt foxes,
Yeah.
and they have the most.
Really?
Of them. Yeah, you can trap them.
You
but
can trap them, but you
hunt
can't hunt them.
Yeah.
Interesting. But
But-
don't you kill them once you trap them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like a close range thing. It's what they're concerned
It's
about.
like you have to like set
Like
it
if
up.
you're gonna
and
kill this thing, you have to look it in the eyes first.
right.
Actually, that's probably not a bad.
it's a little more like you have to like watch it, like see you come up and just
Yeah, like
we got one.
sorry. But also, like once they
But-
get caught in the trap, it's like unless you're using like a snare, I guess. But like even then, like
Yeah,
Should we
not
go
fit
hunting?
for
You guys
release.
wanna go trap some
Yeah.
foxes? And
let's down to go trapping. We get some nice new clothes.
I don't know. Maybe
Obviously,
like a-
this is what I signed up for.
We're taking Marina
taking-
wool in the
Right?
woods.
Yeah. Someone's gonna die tonight. If it's not you, then it's a fox.
We're taking a serious faux pas right now. Yeah.
Faux
Like FAUX.
Like, pause. PAWS.
Anyways. What's coming up?
For me,
Yeah. What do you got going?
I am hosting Karuna Kava on the 12th. Sounds like a real date.
This
And
might
then
probably come out a little bit later than that.
there's the 15th is a Friday. And then again in early October, and then I am opening for Monica Nevi. I'm featuring for
We
her.
love Monica.
Yeah?
We saw her last year.
Yeah, we saw her last year. I bought
Interesting.
t-shirts.
I just looked her up. But I am interested. She's like a mom. She's from Seattle-ish area.
She's great, yeah.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
just
yeah.
got married.
Yeah, she just got married to her girlfriend.
Nice. I'm
last
so
year.
surprised that. Tell me everything. I have to do my research.
I have one of her t-shirts that says, I have big stepdad energy right here. And then on the back it says, just ask your stepmom.
Okay.
Or just ask your mom.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And,
All right. That's solid merch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's funny. She's I feel like she's got like a just like a very like casual kind of vibe.
Right.
She has a
to
few
her, like-
specials out.
Yeah, no.
She's
I
got
have
a
to, I have to bone up.
podcast called what is it called? Fuck.
Oh.
I can't remember, but it's all about like business, and so like people will come on, they'll like
Dumb pitches.
Yeah, dumb pitches. So it's like people will come on, they'll pitch stupid businesses on our podcast, and they talk about it.
I like
and it's like
that.
a very fun concept, and they're very fun.
She had Andy Woodhull on it a little bit ago.
Yeah. She's fucking funny, honestly. She's
okay.
really good. You'll like her.
No, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I so rarely get to feature for a female comic. So like there I was sold, but now I'm like, I'm so, that, did you know I was doing this? Did you look this person up?
But can you ask her to be on our podcast?
Yeah, will you?
Now
You're, like,
that
really
we have an
cool.
in. Yeah. Meet my friends
But-
Max and Susan.
But no, that's awesome. That's where did you say you're doing that at?
Matt Sweet.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the date?
October. I should be better at this.
I can always. I mean, now that you meant, I could just go onto like a website or something and put it like, right there.
Yeah. Let's
If it's in
do
October,
that.
that's
Okay.
good. That's-
All right, we'll fix it in post.
This is how much I have. Yeah, let's fix it in post, please.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'll go on your website if you have like events and stuff, and I'll put it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can have that section
No.
back now that I have things.
Now, what's coming up just in life? What's
In life,
Yeah.
I don't know. Thank you for letting me consider like the vast awning of my future.
like a new movie coming out that you want to see, or
A good-
road trip, or
Right? I don't know. I'll probably make my
Fox
way back to
hunting?
Denver. Yeah, right? I would, like, I grew up horseback riding. I might go on a fox hunt once. Also because they so
could be fun,
rarely,
yeah.
like,
they gotta have a
actually
special
catch
hat for
fo-
that.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I'm in it for the outfit. It's
Like,
like, look at me.
I always see like the old paintings from England of like them all like, we're on a fox hunt.
That's gonna be.
Here we go.
That'll be it.
On
yeah.
the fox hunt.
I'm gonna like jump over some hedges. It's gonna be
Fuck
fucking
yes.
great. Yeah, that's why I'm there. I could give a fuck about the foxes.
What's up, dude?
It's just vibes.
I'm the only fox out here. Well, shit. We're like an hour 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about our.
That sounds like
That's
a
That's
podcast.
a pretty good podcast.
That's a
right
pretty good
there.
podcast. I mean,
Yeah, you're
pretty
pretty.
good as
It's
it gets.
pretty. It's pretty middling. It's like pretty okay.
Whoa,
it's pretty like
bitch.
average. Like, what are you talking about? You're the ones who called it pretty good.
pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's not pretty okay. It's pretty good. Come on.
I
Give us
do-
some credit.
Yes. Way to manage expectations.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Degrees, dude.
Like, wow, okay.
Well, do you want to say the last word?
No, I'm good.